Okay, that was not the best idea. The room is definitely still spinning. Let's make a video. So we're in a tent out in the middle of the desert. I've been dying to get laid, and we're finally there. I mean, we've been driving across country. We stayed at a hotel with friends. Like, it's finally our opportunity. The tent is set up. The air mattress is inflated. Like, I am ready to go. We start having sex, and then we stop. Well, I shouldn't say we stopped. He stopped. He just stopped all of a sudden. And he gets up and he puts his pants back on. And I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Finally, we're here. We're going to have sex. We're going to have an orgasm, and then we're going to go out. We're going to have fun. And he's like, no, we're not. We're done. You don't get to come. As you can imagine, I was quite shaken at this moment. A little peeved. More than a little. I was angry. I was a little bit irate. But at the same time, my brain was so scrambled that, like, the excitement and the joy and the novelty, and then all of a sudden he's leaving the tent. He was gone, and I was still laying there naked. And I put my clothes on, and I followed him. And for the rest of that day, wouldn't you know, I was like a level 9 arousal. I was like so rip-roaring to go that by the time we got home that night, well, by home I mean back to our tent, I ripped his clothes off and I took what was mine, that sexual satisfaction that I had been robbed of earlier. What the hell does this have to do with today's video? Well, my friends, that is an example of breaking the script. We all live by sexual scripts. We all live our life by scripts in general. For example, a script that you probably live every single day is wake up, say good morning, how you doing, go to work, get to work, say, hey, how are you? Oh, how was your night last night? How was your weekend? And the person responds in kind because that's a script, right? Script is like a thing that is a prescribed way of doing things that we follow because our culture or our person, like the group that we are a part of, taught us to follow that script. If A, then B, followed by C, then D. One of the major causes of premature ejaculation, or one of the major things that gets in the way of curing PE, is adhering so tightly to a sexual script that you cannot have any flexibility and or create the sexual environment that you need in order to last longer in bed. Hello. I am sex and relationship coach Caitlin B, and today I am going to teach you how to break down those scripts, bust them up, kick them goodbye, get them gone for good. You don't need them anymore. In fact, they are just getting in the way. In fact, once you get rid of them, not only are you going to be better able to control your premature ejaculation, but you're going to be more likely to bring your partner to orgasm every time. Bada bing, bada boom. Yes. Yes. All right, let's get one truth out of the way. Arousal does follow in order. Sex, different than arousal. Female bodies need to be able to get aroused before penetration. That's going to remain true no matter what. Everything else here is viable, flexible, malleable, but I do want to be sure that we clarify that there's no substitute for arousal. You can't jump and skip that step. Women in particular need to be aroused for anything else to work, especially to be penetrated without doing any damage to the insides of their bodies. That out of the way. How do we get over this sexual script nonsense? How did we get into it to begin with? Well, a lot of people got into it because of porn, media, movies, television, even friends. It starts with making out. It moves to heavy petting and maybe some over-the-shirt action, then under-the-shirt action, then manual stimulation, aka fingering and hand jobs, then oral sex, fellatio and cunnilingus, blowjobs and eating out, and then it moves on to vaginal penetration. If you're in the mood and maybe you're already in that kind of relationship, perhaps anal, always orgasm and ejaculation, and then cuddling. Maybe. Sometimes it's just like making out, penetration, cuddling. Sometimes it's making out, penetration, ejaculation, cuddling. Either way, you know what I'm talking about because that's what we've all been sold. But guess what? If you have premature ejaculation, following that script is going to mess up your ability to take charge and get what you need in order to last in bed. So for example, some of you have heard of the start-stop method. I don't like it. It's outdated, but it can be useful for illustrating this point. So the start-stop method is you have sex for a while, and then when you start to reach orgasm, you stop having sex. The problem with the start-stop method is it's awkward. Like you're having sex, then suddenly you're not having sex. And then you're having sex, and then you're not. And then you're having sex, and you're not. And she's like trying to reach orgasm, but you're not keeping the kind of pressure and constant rhythm that she needs in order to reach orgasm because you're starting and stopping all the time. Plus, you have this idea that since we've already had oral, we have to keep doing vaginal, da-da-da-da-da. Imagine a world in which you noticed you were sort of getting close to reaching ejaculation, and instead of feeling like you had to awkwardly stop, you suddenly went back to giving her oral sex. This might not seem absolutely mind-blowing to you, but it's completely revolutionary. This defies everything we were taught in porn, everything that we've been taught in TV, and the sex scenes that we've seen in movies. So you're having sex, you stop. Maybe you don't even go to having oral sex. Maybe you stop and you go get a glass of water. And you leave her like he left me in the tent, like, I thought we were, what is happening? Listen, that does not mess up her arousal or her ability to reach orgasm. In fact, it increases it because women need novelty in order to get off. By doing something totally novel, like stopping to make out, you are actually kind of scrambling those circuits that need to be scrambled in order to make it easier for her to reach orgasm. Not just that, but you can buy yourself time. You can actually cool down your arousal. You can go do some of the breathing techniques that I teach you in the other videos on my channel and in the course of my product, Come When You Want. Feeling like you have to follow a script can crush your confidence, can lead you to believe that you're not doing it right or that there's something wrong with you. And the truth is that the script is hooey. It was invented for television to make sex scenes happen quickly and seem realistic, and they don't. Go back and watch movies from the 90s. Everyone left their bra on. Everyone had a simultaneous orgasm. It's just like it's not realistic. And if that's the standard by which you're judging yourself, you are never going to live up to that standard. No one is. Sex does not look like that. And it certainly doesn't look like that 100% of the time for no one, no how, hogwash. So, how do you overcome the sexual script and the confidence killer that it is? Number one, you write down your script. Write it down the same way that I gave you mine just now. Making out, over the bra, under the bra, da-da-da. Literally write it down so that you can see it for yourself and you can then look and say, oh my gosh, my sexual encounters really do follow that script. That's exactly what me and my wife have been doing for the last 15 years or whatever. Get clear on what it is so that you can mash it up. So now that you've got it written down, I want you to challenge it. So I want you to put in between the lines, maybe even cut the pieces of paper and scramble them around. Think about all of the different ways that you could challenge this script. Number one, by going back and forth. So manual, oral, vaginal, oral, manual, vaginal, oral, vaginal, manual. Like change up the order by going back and forth between the different steps or stages. Number two, introduce completely novel things into that order. Like getting a glass of water, going to the bathroom, going to get food and sexily feeding it to her, doing a massage. That's like my favorite, when you just like stop and you have a heavy makeout session and then all of a sudden they're like, do you want a massage? Like roll you back, start rubbing your shoulders, rub all the way down in between her thighs, give her manual stimulation, and then go back to having vaginal sex. See how much fun this is? It's like a remix. Honestly, living outside of the sexual script is like having a remix of your favorite song, except for actually each time the remix is slightly different. And you can figure out how to make the remix like more fun every single time by switching it up. Okay, listen to me right now. Stop everything else that you're doing and hear me right now. If you hear nothing else, tune in this moment. You are not confined. You have the freedom to break the mold and have sex however you want, in the way that serves you the best, in the way that gets your partner off, in the way that allows you to last longer in bed. If that means stopping and taking a break, if that means switching around, doing less penetration, getting less stimulus on you, go for it. This is your world. This is your sex life. You are the only person who is capable and responsible of making it awesome. And if you are living by someone else's script and you're not even living up to that script, you're beating yourself up for not being successful in that script, guess whose sex life is never going to be as awesome as it can? Yours. And that's exactly why I'm here. I am here to save you from the script. I'm here to save you from yourself. I'm here to encourage you to get creative. Write that list. Write down the things that can break it up. Write down the script interrupts. Have a look at it, and then think about it the next time that you go to have sex with your partner. Just think about how you can introduce maybe one thing slightly differently. Again, make sure that she's aroused before you penetrate, and everything else, man, that's up to you. Sex is your canvas. Go paint on it. Oh. All right, got a little heated there. Listen, if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you did. Let me know what else you want to see from me. I want you to have the best sex life ever. I'm here to help you to get there in every which way I can. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.